But in the case of these people, like, behaving badly, I think we should thumbs down it, right? So
Oh man, it's all according to plan. If it makes you upset and the person's clearly trying to get a rise out of you, be sure to give them the rise that they're looking for. Hey, this is Cameron and welcome to a very special episode of the Reaction Log. Some big things have been happening with this channel. First off, 10,000 subs. What can I say, guys? Having a 10,000 sub YouTube channel, something just feels a little different about it. It is kind of glorious. It took a lot of freaking hard work, I'll tell you what. That's one of the big changes. Another big change is I actually have YouTube drama beef now. This is a drama channel, guys. I was tricking you guys with the guitar stuff. I don't actually like guitar. I like drama. I like all that stuff. I've come across a lot of YouTubers in my day. A lot of YouTubers have found me, and they have been very gracious with me. Ooh, a bug. Is that like a silverfish? Go away. No, it's not silverfish. All right, we're good. I live in squalor, guys. A lot of YouTubers have found me over my career here at Sore Hands, and they have all just been so kind to me. They've honestly been like way too nice. I don't deserve how they have like treated me, but it has finally happened that I have grown popular enough and I've ruffled enough feathers. There's somebody out there who has finally addressed the problems with Sore Hands, which I've already watched this video. He doesn't directly address me, but it's like so about me, which is really surreal to see, like seeing other people make videos about you. This video was posted 7 days ago by Nick Granville. Shout out to Nick Granville. And the hashtags, hashtag Tommy Emmanuel, hashtag rant, hashtag respect. You can already imagine what this is about. Without further ado, we should just go ahead and jump into it and start reacting to it. So, guitar, let's go ahead and do it. All right, well, first off, playing a steel string, disregard everything he says. Am I right, everybody?
hey folks, it's Nick. How you doing?
Oh, dude, this is a serious start to it. I already feel like I'm in trouble right now. Let's get into it, Nick. What you got for me?
So, this is a video I didn't want to make.
Oh, but here we are anyways. This is a video I absolutely wanted to make. That's why I make every video I make. It's because I really am passionate about what I do here. There's a lot of talk, like, I get comments about this all the time. People assume that all I care about is classical guitar. It's just simply not the case. I take a lot of things in my life seriously, and one of the things that I do take seriously, and I'm being completely frank with you right now, is, like, comedy, and, like, the idea of roasting. I've always enjoyed that. I've always been like that kind of person. I love stand-up. I love making people laugh. And I can actually tell you, I'll go ahead and tell you a little story about this. I remember in university, in one of our pedagogy classes in guitar, I was putting on a presentation, and it was like kind of a silly presentation. Don't think that all university is this silly for guitar. We're not just like doing nothing over there. But we were putting on a presentation. One of us was acting as an informed classical guitar teacher. I know it sounds kind of pretentious. And then one of us was an uninformed classical guitar teacher. And of course, I was playing the uninformed one. And I like didn't really prepare for the presentation, but I just started riffing, and I was like making jokes that I make here basically, where it was like just talking about like bad technique, and you know, we're all like classical guitarists with a classical guitar professor, and I was just making jokes because I kind of know the world of like steel string. I was making jokes about like how much better we are than them, right? My teacher is like a pretty serious guy. Like I've never seen him act like this, but I was just sending out these jokes one after the other, and I was just killing in that room. I look over at my professor, and he's over there just dying, like laughing. And ever since then, it is like, wow, that is like an amazing feeling. Something that I'm just really interested in is like kind of being a comedian and just roasting people. And I'm doing it in a way that's very specific to classical guitar because it's what I know. And a lot of times I do it disparaging other genres that aren't classical guitar because I also know them pretty well. So it's just kind of my thing, and I love it. I love doing it. And a lot of people make this criticism like, oh, aren't you going to like ruin your potential prospects as an artist going forward? What are you talking about? This is literally what I want to do. I'm living my dream right now. The fact that I can do this and people actually like hearing me do this stuff is crazy. So like, what prospects am I ruining? I'm literally doing my dream thing. And of course, that doesn't get in the way of my classical guitar studies. I'm going to do that forever because guitar is one of my many loves that I have, and it's the thing that I've dedicated my life to. But I could never deny that comedy is not a huge part of that as well. And though I don't study it formally, I enjoy it. And if you watch from the very beginning of my YouTube channel, I have been roasting people since the very beginning. I've made like 500 videos over the past year and a half, and anyone where I'm reacting to a video, I am cracking jokes. I don't care if it's Julian Bream, a classical guitarist. I don't care if it's John Williams. Manuel Barrueco. I made a video about Manuel Barrueco that was like, he's a party animal that never practices. And because Manuel Barrueco's not a freaking baby, he reposted it on his Facebook. And now we're gonna have people over here defending Tommy Emmanuel as if he needs defense. Like, why don't people go defend Manuel Barrueco from those videos that I made? And by the way, anything I've said about any guitarist, Manuel Barrueco or Tommy Emmanuel, I feel was like not mean-spirited. I'm not over here calling them like ugly or anything, or being like super mean or making fun of like personal things with them. I'm making fun of like how Tommy Emmanuel comes in heavy-handed in a melody, and it's like, as a classical musician who cares about phrasing, that sort of thing is humorous to me. Seeing a steel string player take a song like Somewhere Over the Rainbow and just freaking start with like a starting their melody like that. It's just funny, okay? Classical comedy, get over it.
My whole thing of YouTube is I'm trying to build a community around this thing, and I've just been seeing crap happening, which, like I said, my channel is generally quite positive. That's what I try to keep it about. By the same token, I have to kind of call out BS when I see it, right?
Yes, you do, and that is your right, sir.
So here's the thing I've been seeing lately is people setting up these YouTube videos dogging on legends, right? And then they're like trying to attach themselves to these people's names in a negative light so that they'll get views and their channel will grow.
I'd like to point this out too, and I do this on purpose because I know I'm a grifter, but I'm an honest grifter. You know why? Because you know whose video you're about to watch when you click on this thing. Who is the video really about here? It's this guy, this freaking guy that never washes his sweatshirt. I'm not wearing it now because it's literally disgusting. I can't wear it. I've been wearing it for like a month. But I mean, you know who it's about. Like, the subject of the video is always in a green box or something like that, but I'm always the biggest one. You know who's the host of the video. That's my only point. So you can call me a grifter. I'm an honest grifter.
I think there's nothing good long term in this, and it's just complete disrespect. And it's
and what's wrong with never mind.
Gotta stop now, right?
It's gotta stop. It doesn't have to stop, and it doesn't matter. It's fine, dude. It's the internet. Oh, man. If you compare the kind of garbage that you get on the internet just from, like, forums and stuff versus what I'm doing, I do have, like, a code of ethics that I make videos by. I'm pretty strict about what I put out, and I edit very meticulously. I feel like my stuff is pretty tame. And to be fair, I think the video I made on Tommy Emmanuel is, like, probably the most aggressive one that I did. He's just an easy target for the classical snobbery stuff. That's the only reason why.
I saw one the other day, and it was this classical guitarist, and
Woo! I wonder who that was. Yeah! I've been talking a whole lot, and he, like, has given no indication that it's me yet. It's gotta be me, though, right? It's gotta be. Alright, come on.
I hate reaction videos as it is. You'll never ever see me do a reaction video.
Never say never. Can you really, like, differentiate this from a reaction video, though? I feel like you're kind of flirting with the reaction video with this one, personally. I guess a rant video. It's like a post-reaction video. You're giving your rant afterwards. My point is, we're not that different.
It's not me. I don't like it. I don't.
Yeah, and like, it doesn't have to be you. It's me, though. Like, I love making reaction videos. It's like my favorite kind of video to film, and it doesn't make me a bad person to enjoy doing that, especially if I do it responsibly. I like to think I make my reaction videos responsibly. But yeah, like, I wouldn't judge you for not doing it. So, you know, that's all good, man.
To me, it seems lame. All right?
Well, I mean, that's fair. I also kind of agree with you. It is a little lame, but it's fun still. I like lame things sometimes.
But hey, each to their own. But this was a reaction video to Tommy Emmanuel by this classical guitarist. I'm not going to mention his name. I'm not going to give him any more views. He doesn't deserve them.
Oh, come on. Wait, can I take your name out of this? Can we remove his name now? After that? You're actually right. I really don't deserve any more views. I've gotten way too many this past month.
And he was just dogging on Tommy the whole time. I've met Tommy Emmanuel. I got to hang out with him when he was in Wellington. He is the sweetest, nicest guy you will ever meet.
Does that make my reaction video wrong? If he was a douchebag to you, would that make my reactions justified? Because I wasn't talking about his personality. I was criticizing his playing, and I was doing it in a tongue-in-cheek manner through the lens of a classical guitarist. I don't really see how that's relevant at all that he's nice.
He was very giving of his time. He even said at one point, he goes, "There's my guitar." He goes, "Can you play something for me?" And I was like, wow, Tommy Emmanuel wants to hear me play? You know what I mean? And he was a badass. That concert, he did 3 hours with just an acoustic guitar and won the whole audience over that night.
There we go. Embrace the buzz. Embrace the buzz. That's my favorite. We're getting dangerously close to reaction video territory here, because you just did your video and now we're watching something. We're not going to react to it, though. That's what separates it, I think. Yeah, I love that you showed that. I'm pretty sure I made fun of that part.
He also got this young kid up to play and kind of have a little feature during the gig, because that's what he does. He gives back, right? He's a great guy.
Yeah, and that's relevant, I guess.
Without doubt, he is probably the greatest acoustic guitar player around now on the scene.
Oh, dude, come on. This guy must be Australian. There's no way. I think is that an Australian accent? He's not the greatest acoustic guitar player around. There's no way. What do we even mean by greatest acoustic guitar player ever? How do you even actually measure something like that? There's different, like, facets of it. Like, there's the showmanship. Tommy Emmanuel, excellent showman. That's what everybody says about him. When it comes to, like, the technical faculties of it, though, I mean, he's not, like, the best, I would say. It would probably be some jazz guy, right? I'm just saying, I feel like we're just saying that just to, like, guess he's kind of the victim here. I don't think you actually mean that.
I hate the idea of best anyway, but really?
Yeah, exactly. Come on now.
Like, probably, you know, because he's kind of established himself in that position.
Wait, what? Because he's established? Not because he actually is, but because a lot of people kind of think he is. If you want to not establish yourself in that position, make music for other musicians. You will never be the best. Like Jacob Collier, for example. He makes music for other musicians and everybody hates him. Everybody just, at least in my comment section, everybody just freaking hates that guy. I don't. I love Jacob. Let's get some Jacob love in the comment section. All right.
Right, he's seriously heavy. And this guy was going on about how Tommy's tone was bad, how
it was bad.
He had buzzy notes.
I mean, he did. What's wrong? I don't... Okay.
How he was just playing things to be flashy and all this kind of stuff. And he was dogging on it. Now, critique is fine. This wasn't critique. I'm not talking about that. He was actually dogging on him.
Yeah. No, it wasn't critique. It wasn't, like, constructive criticism, at least. I didn't offer him anything constructive, because obviously what he's doing is working. I would totally agree with what you're saying. I was dogging on him. That is, like, the term I would go with. That's not, like, a bad thing. That's what Sore Hands is known as. That's what it's been known as since, like, the beginning, basically. I watch the video, I dog on the video, and then you all laugh. That's what it is. Like, with me or at me, either one. We try to remain a little bit self-aware in the show. I understand that you guys are not always with me, and I accept that. That's the nature of what I do here.
And I left a comment. I left a really snarky comment because I was really pissed off when I saw this, because I thought, man...
Dude, you did more than leave a snarky comment. You made a whole video about it, which is really funny that you're saying you left a snarky comment as if that means anything at all. Dude, that was one of like 1,200 comments I got in 2 days. And I still gave it a heart. I gave like every comment on there a heart. Yeah, I mean, that's something to keep in mind too. Like, if you really don't like my video, your comments mean absolutely nothing. Just like ignore me. You already gave me a view. Like, if you want me to die, you have to ignore me. I don't know what kind of mythical monster that is, but that's the one that I would be. You ignore it and it dies. Give me attention, I'll just grow. I'll become gigantic. LO, it's hard to take you seriously for... Don't do that. Don't take me seriously. In that video, are you kidding me? When from the get-go you say you're a good player. You're gonna bring up that I said that I'm pretty good. I'm a good player. We'll get to that in a second. No one who's actually good has to say it. I mean, they don't have to say it, but it's fun to say sometimes, right? And Tommy is a legend and one of the nicest guys. He deserves more respect than you're showing him. Oh, believe me, Tommy gets plenty of respect, I'm sure. I might have the only video on the internet actually dogging on Tommy Emmanuel. And it's not illegal or, like, even wrong to do that. We can go over some highlights in that video. I feel like I'm being pretty nice. Even for my most aggressive video, like, you can get a lot nastier than I got. Clearly, you're trying to make a name off Tommy's back and it's lame, laughy face. And hearing you try to emulate him and can't shows us how hard it is to do what he does. You're right about that. We'll listen to that in a second.
Come on, Tommy deserves more respect than you're showing him.
Just because Tommy Emmanuel is who he is and plays how he does, he deserves more respect. He's like a god or something. He's like a figurehead of some religion, and I'm not allowed to like draw pictures of him or freaking say anything bad about him. It's like, he's just a guy. You can do whatever you want. I'm not hurting him, I'm speaking. We're allowed to do that. That's just such a ridiculous thing to say. Like, you can say bad things about me.
Deserves more respect than you're showing him.
What is he, my dad? Like, he did show Tommy some respect. He raised you.
The other thing too with this classical guitarist is the first thing he did from the get-go in his video was talk about how good he was. Now, anybody who's actually good doesn't have to say they're good. They can do it with their own playing.
Not me. I'm all talk.
But what was interesting is, like, this guy would play little video clips of Tommy Emmanuel, and then he would kind of try and demonstrate it afterwards, and he couldn't do it. He sounded like Just trying to play that stuff.
Hey, no cursing. And also, let's get a little bit of that. Like, what? It's like that. Yeah, that sounded like a word to you. I'm sure it did, dude. Let's actually hear me say that I'm pretty good. I'm a classical guitarist. You know, I'm pretty good. I mean, that, like, I think I am. You know, yeah, that was a real confident, I'm good. Yeah, I totally just said I'm good there. Like, I'm just talking about myself. Like, I'm pretty good. I think I am. I don't know. I'm being coy. I've actually had that thought before, and that's why in this video I started it like this. So here's my playing. I'm really good. So the usual, that's why I did that. Like, I get what you're saying with, like, the whole, like, saying that you're good. You shouldn't need to say that. I don't know. I'm just, like, talking, man. Like, I just left it in. And I do feel that I am actually pretty good. Like, if you watch any of my practice logs, especially the recent ones, or look at my shorts, too, like, I can play classical music, like, at a decently high level. And guess what, dude? It would be really easy for me to say, like, oh, yeah, I suck. I feel like that's kind of disrespectful to all the people who could potentially be my students, or, like, anybody else who, like, plays as a hobby who isn't as good as me. If I'm telling them that I suck, it's like, how does that feel for them? That probably doesn't feel very good. It's the same kind of courtesy as when you put on a performance and somebody's like, oh, you did really well, but you didn't feel good about it, and you're like, no, that sucked. You're like kind of insulting their taste in music if you do that. I kind of look at it in the same way. I get what you're saying, though.
It's like, so clearly it's not easy, is it, mate?
Nah, give me like 10 years, I can do it. When I say I'm pretty good, I'm not saying that I'm pretty good at the stuff that Tommy Emmanuel does. I'm pretty good at the stuff that I do, which is classical. Sign up for lessons. All right.
I've also seen the same thing for Tom Bukovac, one of my favorite
I haven't done Tom Bukovac yet.
guitar players also, too. Anyone who tries to do this deserves our respect, right?
No, definitely not.
Hard being a musician doing this.
Yeah, dude, it's really hard. It's hard being a YouTube musician.
Especially in the world of streaming where it's like kind of wrecking it for professionals.
Oh, dude, you're really a man of the people, huh? Is that actually what you said? Oh, sorry, you're talking about like music streaming. Okay, I get what you mean. Sorry, for some reason I thought you meant like streaming yourself playing or being like a content creator type person. Yeah, believe it or not, I've released music too on like various streaming platforms. Not that they're like worth even listening to. But yeah, there's like no way I would sink significant time into that. Like, especially when I have such a passion for doing what I do here, which, like, I know, like I already explained, but believe it or not, I am actually very passionate about this. That's how I'm able to make 500 videos in a year and a half. It's because I care. Like, if I didn't care, I just would have quit, like, a long time ago. I'm very fortunate in that I can put out my, like, classical comedy reaction logs, and they get streamed, but I actually get paid, like, a decent amount for them. I definitely feel for people who are passionate about just making records, like, old school style. They just get nothing for it. That sucks. I don't know what the solution for that is. Yeah, like, you just can't be a band anymore. Like, you have to be more than just a band. You have to be a band plus, like, a TikTok content creator. And this is like old news. You guys already know this. It's sad, but that's how it is. And that's what I do. I happen to like it though. So it's fine. For other people, it sucks.
Industry kind of changing, not for the better. So you have Tom Bukovac, one of the A-list studio guys. Everybody takes their hat off to that guy, right? Everybody. That's why guys like Vince Gill and Guthrie Trapp and all those guys like totally love Tom because he's amazing at what he does. This guy has created a YouTube channel. Again, I'm not going to link it because he doesn't deserve any more
Well, this definitely wasn't me.
views than he's getting. He's done about 20 videos so far, slamming
Dang, dude. What was this guy, Jacob Collier?
Tom Bukovac. Like slamming him, talking shit.
I'd like to see this guy's videos. Nick, if you do watch this, which I'll make it to where it like is very obvious that this is about you. It won't be like this has to stop and my name won't be anywhere on it. It'll be very obvious this is about you. I would like to know who that other guy is, and I would be willing to wager that my Tommy Emmanuel videos / all the other reaction videos I've done, based on how you're talking about him now, do not even compare in any way to what this guy's doing. This guy sounds like a douchebag. I'd like to see this, okay? I would be willing to bet this guy doesn't do a persona. He doesn't have his scrutiny for the jokes like I do. Just based on how you're speaking right now.
Like, why? Like, what's the point of doing this, right?
I wonder how many views it gets. I'd like to know who it is. If Nick's not here, I'd like to know who that other guy is. Let's see him.
They're attaching themselves to these people's names. Positivity gets nobody anywhere in this world, so...
That's not true. That's so not true, dude. I think the real solution is you gotta wrap your positivity up in a guise of negativity, and that is the solution for success. And that's what I try to do, and that's what a lot of famous people do. It's got to look negative, but once you actually look into it, it's got to be a little wholesome. And I think if you watch a lot of my videos, you'll find that there is a wholesome element to it.
Guy slamming Tom Bukovac has got about 1,000 subscribers, so it's not really even working for him. So what's the point?
Hey man, let him make 80 videos slamming that guy, and we'll see where he's at. All right, let him hone his craft. Okay.
And like, why spend all that time and energy doing that? Like I said, I left a snarky comment on that classical guitarist who was slamming Tommy's Emmanuel. He gave it a little love heart, you know, when you especially...
Don't blush at that. I give that to everybody, okay? Unless you say something like really effed up, then I won't do it. It's not special though. Don't feel too good about that.
Like the comment. It's like, man, you're just trying to stir. Like, and that...
Yes, I'm just trying to stir. I'm trying to get everybody riled up. It's like when you have a dog and you go like, and it starts like going crazy like that. It's like, I'm doing that. And it's fun to do that.
That's what this guy is doing with Tom Bukovac too. So what can we do as part of this guitar community? Because I'm always like, I think there's solutions to this. Now, I don't like the idea of the thumbs down, all right?
I don't either. Give this video a thumbs up if you can, guys. Come on now.
I think thumbs down on videos kind of sucks, right? You know, maybe someo's a jazz guitar player and you kind of like rock guitar, so you give it a thumbs down. That's kind of pathetic.
That's a hilarious use of thumbs down.
So, I mean, don't watch it and just move on. There's no point in thumbs downing it. That's just kind of wrecks it for YouTube, you know. But in the case of these people, like, behaving badly, I think we should thumbs down it, right? So
Oh man, it's all according to plan. Yeah, guys, if you're not interested in something, just ignore it. But if it makes you upset and the person's clearly trying to get a rise out of you, be sure to give them the rise that they're looking for. That's honestly sweet. Like, that's just not knowing how the algorithm works. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you, if you don't like me, definitely don't thumbs down, because that counts as engagement. Definitely don't leave nasty comments, because that also counts as engagement. I'm pretty sure thumbs up and thumbs down, they mean the exact same thing to the YouTube algorithm. It just means that it's being interacted with. So don't do that. I would recommend not doing that. I feel like an evil villain. It's just like, this is exactly what I want to hear.
This guy is slamming Tom Bukovac and the guy is slamming Tommy Emmanuel. Let's thumbs down him.
Yeah, guys, everybody from this community, come to my channel and thumbs down all my videos. That'll hurt me. That'll really freaking hurt. Don't do that. Like, if you actually don't like me, don't do that. I'm giving you the tools here. If you actually watch this far, if you really don't like me, just keep it neutral.
I got 15,000 or so subscribers on here. Tom Bukovac's got well over 100. Tommy Emmanuel's got who knows how many. Imagine if all of us went and thumbs down that classical guitarist who was...
Is that what happened? Is that why I've been growing so much? Oh my god. No, it's because this was 7 days ago. It wasn't because of him that I've had my horrible uprising. It wasn't because of him, but that is like a dream come true. If you could get the communities of Tommy Emmanuel, this Tom guy, and you know, I just get like hundreds of thousands of thumbs down. Do you know how much money that would make me? I would get another guitar, I tell you that.
Then what that would do is it would send a signal to YouTube. And again, I don't normally condone thumbs down. I think if you don't like something, move on. But again, in this case, what it does is it sends a message to YouTube, particularly the YouTube algorithm, that this is bad content, that people...
No, dude, that is such a sweetheart view of the algorithm. That is just so not how it works. It's so much more sinister than that, man. It's like, oh, you don't like that? Oh, we're gonna show you a whole lot more of this. It's like evil, dude. You're talking like we live in a world that has like justice in it. There's no justice here, dude. We live in evil. It's filth.
And then it won't push it out to more people.
It will. It most definitely will. And it has.
And then hopefully that sends the message to these people to stop doing this crap. People need to show respect for musicians of this level.
No. Dude. Again, I've disrespected like every high-level musician of every genre, and that's just the Sorehands name. Let's take a look at your comments section. Sorehands is satirizing classical music snobbery in his reaction logs, but that's only part of what he does. I can see how without more context you might think he's being serious, but he's just joking. I'm half joking. All jokes come from a place of truth, right? If you watch the video lesson he posted with Brandon Acker helps him with the audition piece, I think you'll see that he's actually a pretty dedicated guitar player and very receptive to criticism. Man, I've been called out for like sucking in that video too. And that's something that I do that I hide behind the fact of is that I post myself sucking and I don't care. I'm sure he's probably better in other videos. It was the disrespect he showed towards Tommy in the video that I took issue with. I just used him as an example. That's a trend happening here on YouTube. What are the other YouTubers doing what I do here. Because I know other people do reaction videos. I don't know, I feel like mine are special. I could be naive in saying that. I've since watched his Julian Lodge video. Dude, you're a big fan, huh? Thanks for watching, man. And he was a big douche, but not too bad. Okay, I got a call from one of my friends after that, and he said, like, dude, you were on your best behavior in that video, and people are still, like, so upset in the comments. You guys need to get a grip, honestly. All of you, every single one of you, get a freaking grip, loosen up, just calm down. We're having fun. I didn't find him funny, and it's clearly rage baiting, which is lame in my opinion. Fair, dude, that's fair. Hey, bro, I know the guy you're talking about with Tommy Emmanuel one. I've watched a few of his videos of him being a classical snob. It's kind of a bit. He rips on non-classical people, but it's lighthearted stuff. Thank you, dude. I'm not, like, doing anything, like, crazy. This is probably the meanest video I've made, but I'm just, like, speaking frankly right now. He digs into the whole jazz is easy, classical is way harder banter, and I actually find it crack up. I think you've misunderstood Sorehand's channel a bit, Nick. Understandably so, as it does appear to be a buffoon being arrogant on face viewing. That's the new channel description. A buffoon being arrogant. However, his reaction videos are more a character he's playing of a classical musician who is insecure and hits out at other forms of guitar or music. Camera doesn't actually think Tommy Emmanuel has bad tone, or he's too flashy. And if you watched right to the end of the video, he speaks more candidly about what he enjoys in Tommy's playing. I do that, don't I? The rest of his channel that aren't rage-baity reaction videos contain really interesting information and thoughts in relation to practice and self-improvement. Dude, thanks for the defense, man. I appreciate that. I watched the whole video a few times to be sure of what I was saying. Dude, you are the man. Thank you. Thanks for making the post, Nick. I literally just saw a snippet of the classical guitarist in question ripping into Julian Lodge. How does everybody know who I am? Like, have you guys just, like, talked about this? It's so crazy that this guy made a video with my name not on it at all, and somehow a lot of people in his comment section just know exactly who they're talking about. Oh man, I've seen that guy. What an awful way to spend your creative life. It depends on how you look at it, man. I find this very creatively fulfilling, personally. It's fun ranting. Don't you like ranting and raving? Oh, here we go. William Rouse, friend of the channel. I think you really got the wrong idea about that classical guitarist. To me, his videos were very clearly meant to be lighthearted. Thank you, dude. He's as much making fun of himself and the snobbery of the classical music world as he is of anyone else, and none of it is meant to cut very deep. Yeah, dude, I feel like this guy just, like, gets it completely. He's also just not a super self-aggrandizing guy. He seems to have a very balanced view of his own ability. He's about to enter a graduate program and hopes to be at the level of a real professional concert guitarist in 10 years. Yeah, dude, what a freaking douchebag. I honestly think his channel is making YouTube a little bit better place, and my impression has always been that he seems like a nice guy. Dude, this comment is like, that is making me like, I'm like... Okay, now that we're being nice to each other, let's talk about the good stuff. Let's get nice and positive for this one. Alright, well, first off, Nick, he brought up a lot of great points. I'm a freaking douche, and I think that it's about time that somebody on the internet didn't treat me nicely, because I don't deserve it, frankly. I'm an asshole. Let's see what he does. Let's see this. Mike Stern lesson. Key features of his guitar playing.
You do things like this.
Yeah, I think it's time to clean your PRS, huh? It's looking a little smudgy. Is this a lesson on how to communicate with whales? Let's see if we can get him shredding. He has one rant video. That's only one video, though. He released a Michael Stern lesson. That's great. Building a versatile pedal board. Very informative stuff. 5 epic guitar licks. Oh, shoot! Let's learn some epic guitar licks!
Okay.
We can't do that on classical.
Minor pentatonic, we're in A, over an A7 chord. We do these all in A.
I'm a one key kind of guy too, I like that.
It's very kind of Chuck Berry-like. So we play from this 7th fret here and bend it up.
I can't do it.
But you don't quite want to hit the note. It's more
Oh
that
good,
than that.
we're not going to on nylon string, don't worry. That's as far as we're getting. We can't even get the half step, dude. Yeah, dude. Gotta slow you down, Nick. You're too fast. I at least, alright, so I didn't learn the whole lick, but guess what I learned from Nick? That. I'm gonna do that now. I never used to do that. So even sore hands can learn from Nick Granville. Boom. I'm seeing a lot of electric guitar lessons. That's stuff that you'll never ever see me do. A lot of gear reviews, a lot of jazz guitar lesson. Oh, he's actually using sheet music. A Aeolian over C. You know those slash modes, right? Is that, yeah. So, you know, this is the very first internet beef that I have, which is a very special thing. And, you know, like any Sore Hands episodes, this is gonna be advertised as, like, very confrontational. Which maybe it was in the beginning, especially. In all seriousness, though, he's somebody on YouTube who is very dedicated. First off, 800 videos. That's a lot, dude. That's like, and I know, because I made 500 videos, and it's a lot of freaking work to do that. And it looks like your production value is pretty high, too. Go ahead and check him out. He seems pretty cool. That being said, I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up here. So, you know, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Of course, if you want some guitar lessons, feel free to send me an email. I'm not going to teach you anything other than classical guitar, so feel free to reach out about that. And yeah, what else we got? I have merch. I'm not wearing any of it right now, because it's dirty, like I mentioned, but there's the wall of merch. Head on down over to Ruden's Delight for some merch, of course. And yeah, okay, well, I think that pretty much covers this one. So, I'll see you in the next one.